In this video, I want to show you my top 10 favorite features of SonicAgile. Let me start with feature number 1, the real-time backlog. The backlog is where you create a list of all of the work that you need to get done, a list of all of your stories. The SonicAgile backlog is real-time. What this means is that when one person makes a change to the backlog, that change is reflected in every other person's browser in real time. For example, here I have two browsers open side by side. When I make a change to the backlog on one browser, notice that the change is reflected in the other browser automatically. The backlog is real time. Feature number 2, tagging and filtering. You can add custom tags to any story in your backlog. You can take advantage of the filter to filter stories by tags or other criteria. For example, here's how I can see all of the stories assigned to Steven that have the tag perf. Feature number 3, iterations. Iterations is an optional feature. If you enable iterations, then you can group the stories in your backlog into different iterations, sprints. I'm going to move the 3 stories at the top of my product backlog into a sprint. Feature number 4, the real-time Kanban. Use the Kanban to quickly check on the state of any story. You can see whether a story is to do, in progress, or done. Just like the backlog, the Kanban is real-time. If I change the state of a story, the new state of the story is reflected in everyone's browser. Feature number 5, tasks. You can break stories into tasks. For example, to complete the shopping cart story, I might need to complete 3 coding tasks. I might need to create some database objects, write some code, and do the design work. Feature number 6, epics and releases. The SonicAgile roadmap enables you to do release planning by creating epics and releases. For example, I've created a version 1 release and a version 2 release. I can drag epics into the releases to plan the work that I want to perform for each release. Feature number 7, Agile Estimation. I can estimate the amount of work required to complete each story by using points, shirt sizes, or coffee cup sizes. Here I'm using shirt sizes. This story seems like a lot of work, so I'm going to estimate the story as extra large. After I estimate the amount of work required to complete each story, I can use a Burndown chart to view my progress. Feature number 8, time tracking. I can estimate the amount of time that it should take to complete each story or task. I can track my original estimate, the time spent on a story, or the time left to complete a story. The progress bars on each story represents the amount of work left to complete the story. Feature number 9, acceptance criteria. I can create a checklist of requirements for any story by creating a list of acceptance criteria. That way, I can make sure that I satisfy the critical requirements to get a story done. Feature number 10, stories by email. Finally, I can create new stories by email. For example, if I think of a bug while, say, walking in the park, I can email a new bug to SonicAgile directly from my cell phone by using one of the special email addresses. SonicAgile has many other features that I did not have time to show you in this video. The best way to learn what SonicAgile can do is to sign up. Remember, it's free.